It can be benign for your wife to text her ex-boyfriend, but it could also be cause for alarm. Emotional relationships started through texting or online messaging can be just as destructive to a marriage as physical infidelity. Examine the situation carefully before drawing any judgments about your wife's actions, and talk to her about how her ongoing contact with her ex is impacting your marriage. Analyzing the circumstances. Your wife may be texting her ex-boyfriend for a number of valid reasons. If parents share custody of a child, maintaining communication is essential to co-parenting. This includes talking about their child's academic progress, planning vacations, and coordinating birthday parties, holidays, and other significant occasions in their child's life. Your wife might also need to stay in touch with her ex if they both work or attend the same school in order to meet her commitments in those fields. Before approaching her about it, you should investigate whether there are any other valid reasons why they are still in touch. Getting close to your wife. You can voice your concern about your wife's texting habit even if she has a justifiable purpose for talking to her ex. Asking your wife, "Is this a good time to talk?" will help you establish the tone for your conversation. Or, "Can we set aside some time after dinner for a conversation?" By giving your wife the chance to speak, you can make the topic less pressing than if you simply said, "We need to talk about you texting your ex." Speaking with your wife. Carmen advises keeping a notebook of your thoughts before the conversation to lessen its tendency toward judgment or conflict. Before speaking to your wife, journaling might give you the chance to put your views down on paper. Jot down in your journal how she makes you feel, your goals, and the kind of conversation you'd like to have as a result. The use of qualifiers like, "I feel," and "I think," might soften an otherwise harsh sentence. It is less harsh to say, "I am uncomfortable with the amount of contact between you and Matt," rather than, "Why are you still talking to Matt?" or, "You spend all of your free time talking to Matt instead of focusing on our relationship." Taking your wife's advice. Give your wife the time and space to respond to your questions about her actions after you have asked her about her behavior. You might take advantage of this situation to find out how you can help your wife instead of her ex-husband if she has been getting emotional support from him. "I didn't realize that I had neglected you so much," you might question your wife. "But I want to improve our connection. How can we resolve this together?" Moving forward. After communicating your worries to your wife, it will be up to you two to decide what to do next. Although you can talk to her about your worries, you ultimately cannot force her to alter her conduct. Even though having an affair, whether intimate or emotional, does not automatically mean your marriage is doomed, you and your wife must be committed to making the right adjustments to repair your union. Even if your wife does stop communicating with her ex, it could take some time for your relationship to heal and adapt. You can get back together and work on becoming a stronger partnership with the aid of a qualified counselor or marriage and family therapist. But now you know she's been hiding the truth from you, you need to say something for your own peace of mind. Perhaps rather than admitting you have snooped, you could give her the opportunity to come clean first. Tell her you are aware she's unhappy and have noticed she's been spending a lot of time on her phone. Ask her if something is going on. If she doesn't admit the truth, perhaps you should then tell her you know she is back in touch with her ex. 3 months ago, my wife claimed their relationship was finished, but she has since acknowledged they still occasionally text. I had a few chats about them still being in touch throughout this period. I informed her that I felt it would be inappropriate for them to become friends. She refused to give me her phone bill when I asked to check it. When I bring up the ex making contact, she still lashes out at me. She claims she will manage it and keep him at a distance because she is powerless over his behavior. Why are we discussing this again and again? She said he hadn't texted in almost a week when I last asked if he had made contact. She lied in front of me. My acts now reflect my desperation. She wouldn't cooperate, so I took matters into my own hands and sought out information behind her back. I discovered her password on her phone, which I frequently check for hints. I am only able to see his daily texts to her. As she receives texts, she deletes them. I also know her cell phone bill password, and I've seen her records, which show that they text each other every day. In the previous month and a half, they were communicating on the phone, but that has now stopped. She doesn't know what I'm doing. She claims that she only loves me and nobody else. She claims that her former partner is a pain in the rear, and she made clear that she intended to stay with me and my family. I've been trying to play the game and figure things out, but I've had enough. Since we both work to make it better, I firmly feel that she genuinely loves me, and since then, our marriage has been at its finest in a very long time. However, I think it is best to remain out of it at this point. I feel like calling the ex and asking him what his plans are. My wife must do this, but as my rage increases, I could finally give in and call. This might make things worse. How do I ask or advise her to completely cut ties with him without revealing how I came to know the specifics? I've thought of several ideas. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to this channel.